Hi, this is Andre. I want to talk about the conundrum of using sus replace with MIDI looper control sequencing. Thank you very much to Steven Clements for commissioning this one. So that's a ridiculous sounding title, but it actually has a very real world implication. Let's check this out. So we have an Ableton session here. I'm going to press play on the transport. I'm not sending any actual commands yet because I don't have any of these clips going, but as you can see, the EDP is receiving MIDI sync. So I'm going to record an empty loop. There we go. I'm not playing anything yet. I'm also going to turn quantize off. All right, so I'm going to start with this SUS Overdub clip. These are SUS Overdub commands here. And as I play the clip, I'm going to hold down different notes on the guitar and they're going to get dropped in. So I'm going to get the clip ready. Here we go. And... all right, I'm going to stop the clip, but Ableton is still going, so even though we're not sending any MIDI commands anymore, we still have the loop, and the loop is still synced up. Now, I love the sus replace function. I really, really, really love it, and I've been getting really into control sequencing the last couple of months. So I was thinking, well, I love control sequencing, I love sus replace. Let's do control sequencing with sus replace, and it's going to sound awesome, right? Well, not necessarily. Here is my sus replace clip. These are the sus replace commands. So I'm going to start this clip and let's see what happens. And I'm going to stop the clip. So if you're like me, you have my condolences. And also, if you're like me, you're probably wondering what happened to all that cool replace stuff. Why wasn't it getting entered into the loop? And it took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out what the problem was. Replace overwrites the content of a loop. And if you keep hitting replace in exactly the same time, then you're going to overwrite those exact spots every time you actually come back. So we never get a chance to hear the stuff that was dropped in because every subsequent time this clip repeats, we're overwriting material in the loop. Now, if you listen really closely, I'm going to shut up for a second. If you listen really closely, you can kind of hear these microscopic beginnings and endings of notes that got dropped in there. Let me play the low E string because I'm a guitar player, and that I think will help demonstrate more of what we're talking about. Turn this off. Yeah, you can just kind of sort of barely not really hear the envelope of the beginning and the end of the note. So, me being me, I thought, well, this is a total drag. I would love to be able to use replace with control sequencing. So there's a couple of workarounds. The most basic would probably be to set up the clip so that it is not looping. So you would come down here. That's the overdub. That's the sus replace clip. You turn loop off. That means that when you activate this clip, it'll happen once and then it will stop playing. So because I don't have a foot controller, I have to be a little fancy with my fingers. So I'm going to press this, it's quantized, it's going to kick in at the beginning of the loop, it's going to fire once, send the replace commands, and then it's going to stop playing. Let's give it a shot. There it is. Now if I play it again, if I play it on a different note, we're going to completely lose the one I just did, and all that stuff is going to be replaced by the new note. Here we go. And the reason we can hear it now is because we're not looping on this particular clip. If I kick loop back in, and we play, now we're not really getting anything. Because again, the replace function keeps covering it up. Let's turn loop off. And now I will fire the clip again. 2, 3, 4. Now we're getting something. So as we've seen, the replace function by its very nature presents some unusual challenges being used in the context of control sequencing. We're going to look at some other approaches in a subsequent video, but it's a big enough subject and it covers enough things other than just replace that we're going to do a separate video on that. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me in this investigation of the SUS replace conundrum. And thank you to Steven Clements for commissioning it. I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.